You are now
Alrighty.
streaming live to Tauren Think Tank.
Oh
Oh
no! I'm
no!
naked.
Wait, what?
It's hot in Arkansas. What do
Ah,
you know? It's
wait,
very
what?
hot down here. No, I'm decent.
Okay, please be decent. Stay decent.
No promises.
Please, 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 please.
Are you
Hello,
decent?
chat room. I just put our live, our live tweet out. Even though it's only 56 degrees, I have my door open and the patio door open because it's just been so warm in this house. I don't know
Uh,
why.
I wish it was 56 degrees. It was 90 or 91 down here today.
Ew.
And my air conditioner has a leak in it in my car, so I have no AC.
Ew, ew.
Yeah.
Ew,
So I
ew,
come,
ew.
yeah. I drive home and I'm just like, just gross.
Just soaked and gross and housekeeping.
Housekeeping, you want towel?
Hello.
Go
Welcome,
away, need
welcome.
sleepy. I was napped.
Go away.
Yeah, that was me. That was me, like an hour and a half ago because I took a nap.
Hey,
Surprise, unintentional nap.
unintentional naps are good though. Like as
Yeah.
long as you don't sleep through whatever it is that you're trying to, like, not,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like you wake up and you're like, oh, shit, I
Yeah.
fell asleep.
Oh no, that's the worst feeling.
Yeah,
When
that
you
is
take a nap.
terrible.
Yeah, when you take a nap and then you wake up and then you're trying to like get up, but your brain is lagging.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no,
this
where's my shirt?
the last couple of days I have been um I've been like waking up some around 4 in the morning. Oops, comment.
I'm naked.
I'm naked.
Oh.
Yeah, well, this is why naps don't work. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
woke up somewhere around like 4:30, couldn't sleep. Cat was waking me up, wanted food, so I got up and fed him. Was awake for a while because my brain was going buzz, buzz, buzz. I had all this stuff in my head. And then I fell back asleep somewhere around 6, and I woke up. Usually my brain starts to wake me up somewhere around like 7:45 or so. And since
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to commute anywhere, I can just kind of like roll out of bed, hop in the shower, whatever. Well, this morning it was like 8:15 when my brain woke me up, and I'm like, ah! Oh, okay. It's only an hour, half an hour longer than I've usually slept. Like, but that moment of just like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, it's that shock and realization what time it is. You're like, oh no.
I know. Yeah, and it was like,
Uh,
yeah, I had like a really heavy workout yesterday, so it was all sweaty, and I'm like, I gotta shower this morning. I'm gross, even though nobody's gonna see me. It's just because I'm working here. It's just the cat, and he doesn't seem to care. So,
yeah. It's like, whatever, mom.
whatever, mom.
What's going on?
I love naps though. Naps are my favorite. I really love when I can get them. You know,
Oh yeah.
they're the best.
Yeah, if I rarely do get them, but if I do get a chance to really just kind of if I can take a nap and wake up alert and refreshed, then I'm okay with it. Like I like them, but otherwise I'm like, no, I just need to power through. Just get some caffeine or eat something and we'll wake up. Just
Yeah.
do something.
Yeah,
But
the ones where I wake up and I'm just like, oh my god, I feel amazing. Like that's the best feeling in the world.
oh yeah. I think you have to thread that needle of napping not enough and too much.
Yeah.
I know there was one guy who studied like power naps back in like the 1800s or something. He would fall asleep in a chair holding a spoon over like a metal pie pan or something. So when he fell asleep and he got to a certain point, his wrist, he would drop it, and the sound of it clattering on the pan would wake him back up. And he said that was about the perfect amount of time
Uh-huh.
just to get your body to kind of, it's like a soft reset for your brain, just
Yeah.
power cycle your TV or your computer. And you're like, oh, okay, hey, I'm awake. All right, let's do this.
You've been spending too much time around TVs and cycling them.
I have the. Yesterday was a day.
Yeah.
Everything that could go wrong went wrong yesterday.
The
But
days
yet
of
today
like
wasn't
trying to
so bad.
install something and nothing works. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and then today I thought I might have like fleas or ticks on me because the place I was at was not the nicest residence.
Ooh.
It was was out in the middle of nowhere in a trailer that was half falling apart.
Ugh.
And it was, and I felt itchy afterwards, and it didn't help that my coworker that was with me said, he's like, "Yep, found a tick on my leg."
Oh!
Like, oh, head scratching the whole day. I had the heebie-jeebies, just like,
oh,
yuck. Gross.
That's so nasty. Yeah, and then you're like, can I just go take a shower now? Can I just shower right now? Oh, that's gross.
Yeah, it's just, where's the bug spray? Just get a couple cans and just do that.
So, chat room. Hi, chat room. Hi, guys.
Hi. Welcome aboard.
Thanks for coming on a Thursday night, like we always have. It's time for a deet shower.
Time for a deet shower.
Yeah, no kidding.
The deet.
Just to let you guys know, I am working to save a little bit of time tonight because I leave tomorrow morning to go to California, and I've got to post the show tonight. So, and we have a sponsorship that we have for this week. So I will actually be playing the ad on the show tonight. And so normally I wouldn't do that during the live recording, but it just saves me some time to just grab the recording complete. So, so I'm going to do that. Marcona kind of knows my cue when we're going to bring it in. And, so just bear with us, but it'll save me a lot of time for having to cut up things and edit and stuff like that. So just for tonight, I did it. I did all the editing last week, so you guys didn't have to deal with it. But it takes me about 45 minutes to get the show posted, and I have to get up early tomorrow. So.
Yep.
So yeah.
But you get to go up to California for a few days.
I'm gonna see Ashanka. I'm gonna stay with him for a night.
Ooh. I am. Awesome.
I am going to see my friends Julia and John, and it sounds like I'm gonna get to see Randy Jordan and Sam Jane as well.
Ooh, nice.
And so that's gonna be very fun. Yeah, I'm excited. So, and then of course all the Heroes of the Dorm stuff that's happening this weekend, which is gonna be insane.
Oh. So. It's going to be so awesome.
Oh, I'm so excited. There's so many things going on right now. And I'll tell you about them during the show.
So it's going to be good.
It's so good. All right. So we are on a show. We're going to get it on the road. Let me do a ready check for the chat room.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Is that too loud, by the way? Was that way too loud? It sounds loud to me, but it may not be.
Well, I mean, it sounded fine on my end, but I know it just matters about them.
Yeah, it's what they hear, because that's going to be the final.
Just cool. Right.
Excellent. Nothing changed on that front. The Windows update that happened this last week just broke everything. Everything. So Kalani and I had to go fix all my stuff again.
Yep.
Yay! That's exactly what I wanted to do. I had a meeting on Saturday. Yeah, just with a and everything was broken. It broke like Saturday morning. And so I'm trying to have this voice meeting with myself echoing in one ear. And yeah, and then I can't, like, I hear nothing out of the other one, and it's coming through my speakers too, and I'm like, what is going on? This is my fist bump, Kalani. It's like, there's my fist bump right there. Kalani the lurker. You're always there lurking.
Yeah. Always around the corner.
Hey, diddle diddle. Draven's got a riddle. Okay, not really. Hi. 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 How's it going?
Mm-hmm.
How's it going? What's going on?
Man, oh man. It is definitely a Thursday. I feel a little tired just from the week because it's been a hectic week.
Yeah.
But doing the show revitalizes me and lets me get 2 more days of workout. So
let's revitalize you right now by doing a show, shall we?
Yes.
Okay. Tauren Think Tank episode 271 records in 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to Tauren Think Tank, the podcast about the Blizzard gamer behind the keyboard.
It's episode 271 of Tauren Think Tank. Today is Thursday, May 10th, 2018. My name is Jules. It's 8:12 p.m. Central Time. We got chatty with the chat room like we seem to always do, but that's okay. With me, as always, is the man with the power nap plan. It's Marconin.
What year is it? I feel as though I've been asleep for years. What day is it?
Are we Rip Van Winkle or are we Deckard Cain?
Possibly a little bit of both.
Oh, a little bit of both. Oh,
We hope all of our listeners will stay a while and listen.
Oh boy. Evening, folks. Hope you're doing all right
Evening.
today. Welcome to the show. We're getting so close to our 6th anniversary. It's so awesome. I hope you all are doing well today, tonight, this morning, whenever you listen. Chat room, hello. It's wonderful to see you faces. And most importantly, it's wonderful to see your face, Jules.
It is
Always
wonderful to be seen. It has been, what a week it's been. It has been a
Mhm.
week of crazy and lots of stuff going on. BlizzCon tickets, some announcements
Oh.
that I've got for you. So,
Mhm.
but first, Marconin, what has happened to you in the last 7 days?
Oh my good. No, nothing really horrible, but so where do I begin?
I don't know.
Oh, no, it's it's been a pretty good week. Work's been kind of tough, but that's just the nature of work. Sometimes you have good days, sometimes you have bad. Sometimes you're in the middle of mounting a gigantic TV on the wall and the power goes out in the house and you're holding up like 180 pounds worth of equipment and you have to figure out, well, do we hang it or we just set it down? What are we going to do? I can't see.
Oh, no.
So that was fun. But yeah, so the week's been doing pretty well. My wife and I have started working out. I don't know if I mentioned this last week during the show, but we started working out several times a week together, which
Nice.
is good because it's a good motivator for me, and we get to spend time together. And she does CrossFit, so I am very weak. Like I have such low endurance compared to her. Like I still have the strength because I do labor for work.
Yeah.
I work and build things and do all that. So I have the power, but not the endurance.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
getting to do like even the most basic stuff, I'm sitting there like, ah, and she's just taking pictures and laughing at me. And then she'll just like bust out like twice as many reps. And she's like, all right, your turn, weakling, and so.
That's
But,
not a
yeah.
motivator. That's like,
No, she doesn't do that, but we have fun with it, and so I like it, and so we're doing that. Not quite a hashtag fit for BlizzCon, just a hashtag fit for because we need to, because
yeah.
we want to.
Yeah.
So it's been going good. I am perpetually sore at one point or another in my body, but I just every time I try and do something and I get a little cramp, I'm like, that's just the muscle healing itself. It's gonna get stronger. Don't worry. It's a positive thing. It's
Do
positive.
you just talk to the muscle like that? Because I
Yeah.
think that's
I just talked to my Mr. Right Bicep. I know that all day I'm lifting these TVs and I know it hurts like the dickens, but I just got to remember that it's because you're healing and that you're going to come back stronger and more efficient and it's going to be wonderful. So I just need to remember that, Mr. Right Bicep, because you've been hurting.
Yeah. I know that feeling so well too. It's just like where you're just like you turn your arm in and it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah. I had to switch yesterday at work because we were like about to lift a TV and I was like, oh no, my right bicep feels like it's on fire. Hey, can I switch and use my other arm? So I had to go to the other
Yeah.
side and lift it. So like, yeah, let's do this again. Bim said in the chat room, sweat is your fat crying. That's interesting. That makes me feel almost even more gross.
I know,
like,
right? Yeah, no, yeah. I worked out today. I went to the gym today. I've destroyed like 2 different pairs of workout pants from like wearing them over and over and at the gym and stuff. And so I had this huge hole in my pants when I was done with my workout. And I said, come on, this is another pair I got to throw away. Yeah.
Oh, no.
It was like, hashtag gains right there.
Yeah. Pants destroyer.
Pants destroyer. So cool. I'm glad you're doing that. I'm glad it's showing some results. You're feeling it.
Yeah, and it's doing. We're just. At first I thought I could go back on keto, but then I remembered it's May, so that's my wife's birthday. It's my birthday. A lot of family dinners, a lot of summer movie season, and we always get popcorn. So I'm like, you know what? I'm already doing a couple of things like working out and doing intermittent fasting, so might as well just go on a low carb, just eat healthy. Hey, novel idea, right? Just eat healthy. Who'd have thunk it?
I don't know.
So I don't know, but it's going pretty well so far. I mean, there's no results yet, but hey, I'm not really I'm not working out every day, just like every other day. So it's been going good. Doing my birthday's next weekend, so I'm going to do an event with a bunch of people down in Mississippi. Should be fun. I get to see my wife fight with sword and shield because she does fighting at these Renaissance Fair type events.
Wow.
So that will be fun. Hopefully she won't get, well, I mean, she's come home battered and bruised from practices before. And so I'm like, that's gonna be the first time I'm going to see her in a tournament setting.
Yeah.
And if she gets hit pretty hard, there's no way I could just run down there and beat the guy up, because he's got armor on and I had metal helms and all this stuff. It's like my mage trying to attack a paladin, you need to leave her alone. Ow, my hand. I mean, it would not work at all.
No.
At all.
No.
But yeah, so there's, it's another week. I like, other than my lack of air conditioner in my car, having a good time. So I need to get that leak fixed. Need to find it somewhere. It's somewhere in my car. This stupid leak. It's leaking freon. I leak sweat when I'm working out because it's just oh no, which is not a good visual. So I'll just leave it up to that. Jules, how are you doing?
Good. Well, let's first talk
Hell
about
of a transition.
Right? I don't know where to go with this.
Yeah. You got good news. You got awesome announcements.
I do. Well, first let's talk about BlizzCon tickets, which went on sale yesterday, the first round, and we met with members of the community in the Triple T Discord, tinyurl.com/TTTchat2.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. And we had an amazing group of people and many people who could purchase additional tickets to help out others. And we were able to make sure that every single person who was there that night was able to get a ticket. So, I mean, I can't say anything more than holy crap, thank you, and that's amazing.
It is.
We, Marconin and I both did not make it into the queue, but we were helped out by our own community, and we are so thankful for you. So,
yes.
So we both have tickets for BlizzCon. Yay!
Woo!
I know that it's very difficult, and sometimes just people just don't get them. So, but another round is on Saturday. We were very grateful because both Marconin and I are not available to help coordinate or try to get tickets on Saturday because he's working. Yeah. I'm going to California starting tomorrow. So yeah, that was great. So yay on that news. I have a really cool thing to talk about finally. Something that I have been working on for about 2 to 3 months and couldn't say anything about it. But it came out yesterday, and I am super proud and honored to announce that I am now the co-founder and the performance coach for a new female-focused Heroes of the Storm team and organization called Femferocity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Femferocity is the brainchild of my dear friend, Ferociously Steph. She's been on this show a couple of times. Mm-hmm. And she came to me a couple of months ago, and she talked to me about wanting to put together a professional team that focuses on empowering, training, and giving space and coaching to female players. And because we both really strongly believed in that. And sadly, there are challenges and obstacles for female players currently that makes it very difficult for them to be able to get practice and competition level, to work, to get to the HGC level.
Mm-hmm.
And I really believe in this project. I really believe that it's possible. And I really am so honored to be asked to be a part of it, And so my skill set lends itself to obviously helping to manage and develop the organization, and also to be the performance coach for the team, which is not necessarily just like coaching them to be better at the game. It's the mental health aspect of it. It's the interpersonal relations and the team dynamics, and making sure everybody is in mental health, good mental health. We announced this yesterday, and the overwhelming support and positivity blew me away. We've received letters from people who have just, like, the only word I can use is they gush to us about how amazing this is, how important this is. We've received more donations than I can even wrap my head around right now.
Wow.
It's incredible, the money that people have donated to us for this. We've been asked to be interviewed. We have people sending us their resumes. Like, we don't even have a team yet. We are open for applicants, but we don't even have a team yet. So first things first, folks, you got to go check it out. It's femferocity.com. That's FEMME ferocity.com. That's our website. We have Twitter. We have Discord. Please follow those. Jump into those. Be a part of this community if you believe in this effort. It's going to take a lot of hard work, and it's going to take a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And I'm just like, I nearly cried yesterday evening after we kind of just settled down, and like the firestorm kind of ended on social media and the Q&A and all of the things that we did. And like, I just almost just cried because it was just like overwhelmingly positive. Yeah, we had the haters.
Yeah.
We saw them and they did their hater thing. But the number of people that have said, this is needed, this is important, this is a game changer, it means a lot. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah. So, if you support our mission, please just retweet us, follow us, come to the Discord, become a part of our community, and cheer us on when we build this team. Our goal is to make sure that we build a team that is female focused, but it is not female exclusive. So as long as anyone who applies to the team fosters our message and believes in it wholeheartedly, we will be considering them to be part of the team. So
yeah,
and we want to get into HTC, so we're looking for the best players that we can get. But you gotta believe in this mission. That's the key. So if you are listening to this show and you are a player of Diamond 3 or above in competitive level, and you feel like this is something you want to do, go to femferocity.com. Look for the application page. It's like halfway down the page. Click it, fill out an application. There you go.
Sweet.
That
is so cool.
Thank you.
I cannot wait to see what happens with this and how you guys bring a team together. I am so excited that, this is a really awesome thing. And I'm so glad that you and Steph have come to this. I guess you said, Steph's brainchild, but both of you together, goodness, like with your dedication and the way that you work on these things, I think y'all are going to be unstoppable. And once you get your team together,
thank you. That's
going to be so cool. And I'm so happy. So happy that you guys
have an incredible management team. These folks are hardworking, smart, savvy, professional, and we have a beautiful logo and branding. It's and the message, the values on the site. You got to read them. They're incredibly written. I'm just really, really proud of what we've done and what we are about to do. So.
Oh yeah.
And it just so happens that I'm heading to Heroes of the Dorm tomorrow, and Steph is going to be there too. And if you happen to be going, we have Femferocity pins that we made. Yes,
Pins, you
Mark
say?
Honan, I'll get you one.
Yay, thank you.
Yes, I'll get you one.
You know me too well.
I
You know
do.
me too well.
I do. I do. So that's my big news of the week. Just you watch our journey. Like it's all I can say is just watch our journey, because we want you guys in there cheering us on as this team competes their way through the open division and hopefully can make it to HGC someday. So, yeah, I'm learning a whole lot of new stuff. One last thing before we jump into stuff. We have our next patron game night announced, and that is coming up on Wednesday, May 23rd at 7 p.m. So all patrons are invited to come game with us. Everyone's a welcome, but patrons receive priority in gaming spots, and that will be on our Twitch. You can come into our Discord and do that too. My dad said, "Proud of you." Thank you, Dad. Okay. Hey gang, I just wanted to break in quickly to talk about Studio headphones. If you're looking for a pair of wireless earbuds or over-the-ear headphones, you need to give Studio a try. This is a company who wants to revolutionize the way you see headphones, not just as a tech device, but also as an accessory. I've been trying out a pair of the Vasa Blah wireless earbuds while I go to the gym, and they sound great. As I'm listening to the latest episode of Project Runway while I'm on the treadmill. Yeah. With their rose gold accents, they look really sleek and modern as well. The Vasabla headphones, they give me 8 hours of unlimited playtime with a standby mode for up to 10 days of battery life. So when I toss them in my gym bag and forget to recharge them after a really busy day, they've got me covered for one more workout. All of Studio's headphones are focused on giving you modern, Scandinavian design, great sound quality, at a really reasonable price. And they got their name from one of the greatest artists of all time, in my opinion, Phil Collins and his song Studio. You got to admit, it's a cool name, right? So you can get a new pair of Studio headphones for 15% off. Let me note that. 15% off by going to studio.com. That's SUDIO. And entering the code Tauren, TAUREN, at checkout. And now, back to Triple T. Are you ready for some Think Tank time? It's Think Tank time.
Woo!
We can do it? Should we do it?
I think we should.
Let's do it.
I mean, we got everybody here. Might as well.
Tauren between options? Let Triple T help you sort it out.
I might have played that bumper a little early. That's okay.
That's okay. I'm going to talk over all the spots. No. Oh.
We have a listener question. It's Think Tank time. Let's go and read this question. Hello, Triple T. I'm writing today to get a little reality check on myself. I'm a fairly young guy, been in my office work career for about 5 years, and there's one thing about me that seems very different from most other people here. I have no interest at all in being friends with the people that I work with. There's nothing wrong with these people, and they've not wronged me in any way. I have pleasant conversations and work well with others, and I have lunch with a group. I don't share any of my social media or detail anything I do after work for them or meet any of them outside of work hours. I hear all the whispers and the rumors of who is sleeping around and all the petty nonsense, and I just want nothing to do with it. I'm questioning my position on this because turning work people into friends outside of work appears to be the goal of most everybody in there. Am I missing out? Do I have as much to lose as I imagine I do? Thanks, from Crush.
Very interesting letter.
Friends at work.
Work friends.
Work friends.
Work friends.
So, like right now, like my cat's my work friend.
Yep.
I work from my
You're
house.
very good. You're very good friends with your work friend.
Yeah, like he'll demand my time like in the middle of the day where I'm just like working on something. It's like, no, Mom, you're jumping. I'm gonna, yeah. So when I read this letter, I immediately related to it in a lot of ways because I feel like there's a pressure when you work with a bunch of people that you should have to, you should connect your lives a little bit. Like, I feel like there's a pressure to do that, right? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I would say so, at least a little bit. Just, even if it's, and see, I was a little different because I used to travel around the country. So I worked, ate, and slept in hotel rooms with my coworkers. Like there was no like time away from them. So it was unavoidable because, I mean, what else are you going to do? Because you had like combined work vehicles. So our rental cars. So if I wanted to go somewhere, I had to let everybody else know in case they wanted to go to like the grocery store. So I couldn't get away from my coworkers for like 5 years. Yeah. So it was a little different, and there is that pressure, but yeah.
And so, I'll go back to, when I worked at American Girl and I worked as a supervisor in the call center. And so like the thing that happened is that you were part of a team. You were part of a team of supervisors that worked very closely together to make sure that everything ran properly. And so it became like there was always this kind of like this person got along better with this person, and and then they like go and hang out. I've taken work friends on with me to like visit my parents before, in that respect. But surprisingly, none of those relationships really lasted after I left the company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so what I've really kind of come to believe is that you may think that they're good friends, but I really think that they're more of a convenience situation in a lot of times. Like,
yeah, a lot of times.
Like your old job that like when you were traveling all the times, do you keep in touch with any of those folks that you spent so much time with before?
Not very often, but the only one that I really talked to was the guy that I roomed with a lot, Justin. He lives in Seattle now, still with the same company, but I talk to him every once in a while because he's still working third shift. He still does overnight, so never really talked to him. But like as far as hanging out outside of work, no. Not really any of those. My current coworkers, we do. I helped my coworker build his outside his front porch and front porch deck. Mm-hmm. So a little bit of free labor there, but like I mean, I was already friends with a couple of my coworkers when I joined where I'm at now.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit different a transition. I've just known them that long. But yeah, you're right. With any of my older jobs, not really. I don't talk to them, don't really hang out with them that much. You're right. It is a good bit of a convenience because people kind of crave a social interaction. And when you're around those people for so much, it just naturally tends toward including people in your social group and your friendships, at least to the extent of work, within the confines of work.
Yeah.
Because outside of work, usually you don't call your coworkers like, hey, you want to go have dinner? Hey, I thought about seeing this movie. You guys want to hang out and get drinks sometime? What do you want? Usually it doesn't happen that way.
Yeah. And like my previous job before I moved to Minnesota, it was a very small company and it was only 4 of us. And so when I worked by myself a lot, but when everybody was in the office together, we knew what was going on in everybody's lives. I knew their children's names. I knew what was going on with their children, their grandchildren, I knew everything that was going on in their lives, because the things that would happen is that like you're spending 40 hours a week going to that job, and you are like, your life is still going on while you're working. Like there's, for those who have children, like your kids are calling you to ask you stuff after school, and there's the husband calls and wants to do this. And the thing about that I found was that like we almost had to bond with each other in that way to be stronger as coworkers.
Yeah.
It was a strange and honestly not expected dynamic, because in a larger company, you can kind of just blend into the woodwork. You don't have to be so like engrossed in everybody else's lives, but that's when it like, because I think people really just tend to gravitate towards like smaller subgroups anyway, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's our social interaction. It's just the way that we work.
Yeah. And so when you've got a really small dynamic, like we can't, like, you can't break into subgroups because there is no subgroup. Like, unless you're going to cut someone out completely.
Yeah.
And make that super awkward.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. And so, like, it was funny because I got a text from them the other day. And they sent me, you know, they're like, we really miss you. But it's like, I haven't talked to you in a year and a half. I sent one of them a text on her birthday and never heard back. And it was like, okay, well, I get it. I understand. And so it's just real, like, your life kind of just continues to go on. Like, I was going through my divorce when I was in that office, which meant I was very emotionally overwrought and things were really difficult. And sometimes there were bad phone calls that hit me while I was at work. And so, like, you can't get away from that stuff. Life will interfere, especially in a small office.
Mm-hmm.
Would I wish that I didn't have to disclose as much to people that I didn't necessarily feel comfortable with? Yeah. Like, I wish that I wouldn't have to.
Yeah.
But so let me skip a job around. When I used to work in furniture sales. It was commission sales. There was a larger company. There were a lot of us, you know, a lot of people who work there. And they didn't know much about me at all. Like, because I only told a couple people about me. But some of them found out, like, oh, you're a gamer? And they were just like, you don't look like a gamer. Like, it was this weird, like, you know, I was a saleswoman, so I had to dress up and I had to be all formal and stuff like that. You don't look like a gamer. Well, yeah, because I'm at work. I'm working.
Yeah.
So I wasn't friends with those people. Could you imagine?
I don't have any idea why. No idea why at all. At all.
I think also friendships tend to form when your work environment is negative or challenging, and you need allies to help get you through the day.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is where I work, because I mean we usually work only in pairs, because if I'm ever working with one of my coworkers, it's because we're both at this job working together, or we work in these very small groups, 2 to 3 people.
Yeah.
And so the days can be crap. They can, like, there can be stuff missing on the order, things go wrong. We have to, you know, there's a lot of problem solving, a lot of improvisation with making it work, seeing what we can do. And we run into things, and there's lots of things we can gripe about at the job. But I still love what I do, so it helps. And it also helps that I've known most of my coworkers for years already. I just hadn't talked to them in a long time until I took this job last year. And, you know, and like you said, you spend 40 hours a week with somebody. I don't spend that much time with my wife during the week.
Right.
Like, I see her maybe 2 or 3 hours in the evening, but I see these guys 8, 10, 12 hours a day. And, you know, we'll just, and sometimes we're in long drives in a car together, and conversations come up, and, you know, you just start sharing information a little bit because you're frustrated about something. And usually there's this, like, at least in my experiences, there's this kind of the work conversations, you know, the things people say when they're at work, especially because I've worked in, like, usually in a car as when we're driving, and we'll just talk about stuff, things going on in our lives, because it's almost like a neutral party.
Yeah.
In a lot of, because it's someone you can bounce ideas off that hasn't known you for years. Most times, you know, you can almost get an objective opinion about things. So you know, I would tend to just talk and explain things, and so it's, you know, it's worked out for me because I've made a lot of friends. But there's also something to be said for not getting so close to your coworkers, because, you know, people are people, and people can be crap.
Yeah.
They can steer you wrong. They can spread rumors about you. They can, you know, like Crush said, you know, there's always who's sleeping with who in the office and all these little things, and he doesn't want anything to do with it. And that's a very good, that's a good opinion to have, a good stance to take, because it can be a lot more trouble than it's worth. And I'm seeing this in our chat where people mix business and pleasure, and usually that leads to a bad outcome for both business and pleasure. So
it's
you're go ahead. Well, I was going to say you're erring on the side of caution, and there's nothing wrong with that, Crush. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
The thing that so let's talk a little bit about the not sharing social media stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has their own feelings on this, and I think that there's no right or wrong answer. It's about what you're comfortable with in terms of sharing your stuff. Like when I started working at my old job, and I was doing, I started Triple T while I was there. So the whole world of Twitter and none of them used Twitter, so they didn't follow me, which was great because I didn't have to worry about if I were ever frustrated at work and needed to maybe blow off a little steam on my Twitter, which I may have done a couple times.
You know,
but it is like when those two mix together, when you are on social media and, and things are not good at your job, because let's face it, it's work. You'd hope that it's a good environment. You'd hope that everybody gets along, but here's the reality. You don't like everybody that you work with because you're forced to work together. You are often not really thrilled with having to deal with the policies and, shortcomings of parts are missing, somebody didn't do their job, blah, blah, blah. Stuff is really crappy, and I wish that, this manager would actually not keep this person on, things of that nature. They're gonna frustrate you. And anything that you say, like, so at that previous job, we all friended each other on Facebook, and I found out, and I didn't even know this, that my boss was a crazy level, like, right-wing political advocate for stuff that I was like, I'm not okay with this. And and so it was like, oh, we friended each other on Facebook, and now I want to restrict you because I don't want to see what you're posting, and number two, I don't want you to see what I'm posting, and this is awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like, well, I didn't know this about him. I didn't understand it about him because he didn't talk about that stuff at work. And then you see it, and it's like, I have a whole different impression of you right now, and and I don't like it, and this is not comfortable to me. But it's hard. I would say, number one, trust your gut.
Yeah.
Absolutely trust your gut. And sometimes you're going to friend or befriend somebody that doesn't really turn out to be the person that you think that they are.
Yeah. And with social media, man, I kind of take a very precautionary stance. Like, there's no way I'm friending my boss. Like, I'm not adding my boss at all. The only one of my coworkers that I friended were the ones that I've been friends with for years. And none of them, one of my coworkers follows me on Twitter, but she also plays WoW, and she's cool. Like, I've known her for a while. She's cool. But
she's cool.
I also don't gripe about work on Facebook, because when I first started at where I'm at, we opened up a new store, and a lot of people were brand new to the company, and they voiced their frustrations on Facebook. The next day, a supervisor pulled them in the office and gave them a talk because someone ratted them out. So you have to be very, very careful when you talk about work on social media if you have friends that work there, or friends, quote unquote, social media friends, not friends. So you always, man, if you're gonna do it, be very cautious, and don't say anything you don't on social media you don't want your boss to see if you have coworkers as friends on there.
Yeah, absolutely. So because as soon as you open
you can
that
either
up,
kind of have it. Yeah, either have it one way or another. Like, there's stuff all of my friends know I play WoW at work. I don't play WoW at work, but all my friends at work know I play WoW.
At work, no, you play WoW.
Let me make that distinction. Hey, can you help me with this TV? Oh, man, I'm doing this dungeon. Hold on one sec. You see if I got the hidden artifact appearance. No, but of course, because I always talk about video games, and most of them play games too. So
right.
That's no big secret, but there's a lot that I don't talk about at work because they don't need to know those things. They don't, it doesn't, it gives them like, they have no reason to know those things about me. It's nothing like huge. It's just like, I don't talk about that stuff at work.
Yeah.
I like to be happy and friendly, but with my coworkers that I have these big friendships with, I'll talk about the deep stuff.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
But,
So let me ask you this. Do you feel that if you are ambitious and really wanting to move up within the company and, hopefully be promoted, that kind of thing, do you feel like it is better for you to remain kind of at a distance from people so you don't interact on a personal level? Or do you feel like it's more important, like if you're ambitious and really looking to kind of make good impressions and want to connect with a whole bunch of people, that you do build those friendships so that you can hopefully be considered to move up into other positions and not be thought of as someone who's a little bit more standoffish? Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I think it's better to kind of, you can be friendly to coworkers and be, personable and, shoot the shit, as it were.
Yeah.
Just, water cooler talk, be friendly and be amicable to everybody without giving too much, because at some point, if you do ascend that ladder, there's a chance you may ascend the ladder and directly have them report to you as their supervisor.
That's happening.
So that's when it gets fishy. So you can ride that line of being nice and friendly, like, hey Jim, how's it going? I heard you had a barbecue this weekend. How'd that go? Like, oh, did you guys see that? Did you see an Infinity War? Crazy, right? Oh, it's awesome. All right, I'll see you guys later. You can be friendly, but not give too much of yourself away. I think that's a good position to take, because you're being friendly, you're being, you're giving a good impression. You're a team player. Like Crush said, he works on group projects. He has dinner with a group. You can make idle chit chat, but you don't have to give them your life story, because that's not known to them. Unless you become friends to them, you don't have to do that. Yeah. But you can be friendly. You can be, a good person on the team. You can, always do your best at the job and be friendly, because that does play a part in ascending the ladder. You have to, if you want to win the game, you got to play ball. You got to play the rules that's kind of set up in these office or work environments. And sometimes you have to hobnob. There's a reason why at a lot of the colleges that I've been to, if you are a business major, you have to take golf, because business decisions happen a lot of times on the golf course. You've got to be prepared for that environment. So in a lot of these work areas, it's the rules, quote unquote, is that you kind of be friendly to each other. You kind of play this work friendship game, and so you can at least be friendly and, talk about pop culture stuff, or what, if someone's got a small interest, like, yeah, I totally saw that episode of the show. That's really cool, man. All right, I'm gonna go work on my reports. It's kind of like, it's like networking, but not quite. I mean, you just be a nice guy or a nice gal in the office or on the sales floor or wherever, but don't give too much away. And definitely not your social media, especially if you gripe about work on social media.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because I try not to, because it doesn't do me any good. But if I kind of go, it was a rough day at work, that's about it. But
yeah. I think his question saying, I'm questioning my position on this, because turning work people into friends outside of work appears to be the goal of most everybody there. And I think that there's a perspective that might be worth considering, in that,
sure,
really honestly, it's difficult to meet people. And it's difficult to meet people without, like, at work, you have built-in opportunities to connect with people. And whether or not they're actually within your interest group or whatever it's all random. You don't know. I mean, obviously, in certain fields, there's going to be similar types of personalities that tend to go to that. But then it's like, it could be open season. You could be, any different age groups. Like, I was working as a late 30s someone in her late 30s with women who were late 40s, early 50s. Like we had a decade apart of things and different points in life. So our understanding and changes in things in our worlds were different. But we could still connect on common ground. But I think that as you get older, it's harder. It's just harder to find friends.
Yeah.
And
I'm
so,
experiencing that already.
yeah, like without like really going out of your way to find like a meetup.com thing, or, you know, go to a bar or whatever it is where people like go and hang out and meet people. That is like, you know, it's a concentrated group of people that you could most likely or more likely find someone that you could connect with. So I see why that happens, why it's a goal. We're busy human beings. It's harder even now to make that time if you've got a family and you've got your job and you've got all these other things going on. It's hard to find that time to like go out and say, I want to make some friends. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like, let's be honest, sometimes we're a little lazy when it comes to that work. And so,
Yeah.
you know, and Raven just said, I thought that was what the internet was for. I'm like, you know, they were looking at me like I was kind of this insane person. I was talking about all of my amazing internet friends. And then talking about going to BlizzCon so I could see them all. And it was this strange, like, I don't understand your world kind of looking at me thing.
So they're in the computer?
Yeah. You get on the computer and you talk to each other while you play a video game. Okay. Like, it's this weird... Trying to explain rating to people who have never picked up an MMO is just really weird. So...
It is.
You know, I am eternally grateful as an introvert and someone who doesn't like to just like put myself out there and try to find friends. Like, the internet was meant for someone like me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, and and then I sometimes, and you're right, it is hard to find friends outside of work when you have a busy life. Because like last weekend, I got off work early and my wife was out of town. And I'm like, and it was like Cinco de Mayo, and I was like, man, and the house was empty, and I was like, man, I really want to like do something tonight. I want to like go, get dinner. But I was like, but who can I call? Like, there's nobody around, And I was like, I could call my coworkers, and I thought about it, but by that point it was already kind of late in the evening. And I know they have friends because they all, the ones who would go out with me, they've lived in the city in Little Rock all their lives. So they have friends, like high school, college friends. Whereas I'm still a transplant from 7 years ago, and I was on the road for 5 of that. So I haven't had a time to really, like, I don't do anything other than work and then come home mostly. Like, there's no real social places that I go and do things. That's slowly changing with my wife's friends because they're all local, but it's been a long road. And so there is that desire to go hang out with coworkers. There's nights like kind of like when I helped my coworker build his deck. I didn't do it because I had to. I did it because he's my friend. And he's like, come on over, I'll order pizza, we'll watch a movie. So we had a good friendly interaction, but we already had that kind of that friendship thing before we started working together. So it's a little different.
yeah.
But there is that desire, like, hey, I'm lonely. And we talk to each other 40 hours a week. You guys want to go get some food or something? I'm lonely.
Yeah.
So you're definitely right that once it gets later in life, and like if you move, you don't have any friends, and if your friends all move away, that it's so hard to find friends. I'm not really the bar kind of guy.
Yeah.
So I don't I'll go to a bar with friends, but I don't go to a bar to make friends because that's not my scene. Just for me.
Yeah, and that's it. And so for Crush in this letter, it's like you're looking at yourself and you're saying, is there something wrong with me? And
Nope.
No. Like, if you're perfectly happy with the way things are, there's nothing wrong with you. You just have to kind of analyze the situation as for what it is. And these people bonding together are most likely a couple things. They're most likely bonding out of convenience. They're spending time with each other because they're 40 hours plus a week together as it is, and sometimes you need to like get together as a group about like especially if you're like within the same division or same team and you know all the same people and you know that crap is going down and you just don't know what to do with it. Sometimes you just need like a vent session. Like I remember having to go out with my coworkers and just kind of like bleh, like just get it all out because it was like I saw this and you saw this and what is going on and I don't understand and blah blah blah. So there's that need to connect over common experience, which is a big thing that happens at work.
Yeah, definitely.
And finally, it could be that it's just easier to find friends where you're spending your most amount of time during your weekdays.
Yeah. I mean, it's the prime place to get to know people because you're around them so much.
Right.
And for some people, they like that and they enjoy that. I mean, I don't have a problem talking to people at work, but they're not getting my Twitter handle if I don't know them that well.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And if they're not okay with video game stuff, I'm like, yeah, whatever. But for you, Crush, I think it's fine. I think you're in a fine place. It couldn't, it never hurts to be friendly and to be, just like, hey, yeah, you did a good job on that report, man. It's great. How's your, how you doing? Because like I always say, hey, how's it going? And they'll say, oh, it's going all right. How about you? And I'm like, so far so good, or so, just idle chit chat. You can be nice, you can be friendly and amicable to people, but you don't have to have them over for dinner if you don't want to. So I think you can ride that line, like I was saying earlier. You can be friendly and be a good team player, be a great employee, and there's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't give anybody a reason to dislike you or hate you or, if they think something's wrong with you, there's nothing wrong with you. You just want to keep some separation.
Yeah.
And that is perfectly all right. In a lot of like office environments, it's preferred because you don't want to get too friendly with your coworkers. Sometimes it leads to bad things.
I've always had
bad things, I should say.
Yeah. I've always had the worry in my mind, working with people, and then they find out that I do a show, and and having them like come and want to listen to that show because like it's nothing that I'm nothing. It's not anything that I'm hiding, but the person that you are at work is different. You put on the mask, you put on the professional face, and that like I've known that's happened where people are like, oh, I didn't even know you were like that. Like it's just this like world that doesn't exist in their mind because I don't show that
exactly
at the workplace. And so it's been one of those things where it's like the whole double life thing where it like trying to explain in a world of what I do now to people who have no concept of it was uncomfortable and a little sometimes judgmental, that lack of understanding and not really trying to understand. Yeah, so it was hard. And then after a while I was just like, I'm not telling them. I'm not gonna do this. So yeah. So there you go. TLDR for Crush, you're not crazy. You're not questioning you questioning your position. You don't need to be. Do what you feel is right and comfortable, and the rest is, you don't owe anything to anybody in terms of your personal outside of work life.
Yep. You're there to work.
Yeah.
Your boss wants you to work. Your boss does not want you. He or she is probably cool with you being friends with coworkers, but number one, you're there to work. Mm-hmm. So as long as you keep that, then you're good. And it's not your responsibility to be friends. It's not, you don't have to be friends with your coworkers. Nothing wrong with that.
It was interesting when I was a supervisor. I had a crew. I used to work nights, and I had a crew of people who always worked the night shift. It was a bunch of moms who would have their kids during the day, and then they come 5 o'clock, and because the kids were settled in, and they work 5 to 10 with me, or 5 to 11, and they all bonded because they were of similar interests, and they all had their kids and that the kind of thing. And it was super uncomfortable for me as the supervisor because I knew they were like going out after work and they were hanging out and they were doing things on the weekends and stuff. And it was this like, you just knew that they were literally leaving the job and probably going there somewhere to bitch about the latest policy that I had to tell them about, that wasn't even my doing. And but it came down from high and I had to do it. And talking about what a pain in the ass Jules is and that kind of thing. And yeah, it's just a side note, but it's hard to be I don't miss corporate, man. I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't miss corporate. So startups are the way to be for me. It's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Anyway, anything else on this before we wrap it up?
No, I don't think so. I think we've pretty well covered it. Crush, wish you the best. But like I said, you're already on a good track.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anything wrong with what you're doing. Just you've got a good attitude and a good idea of it. I think your policy with it, it's great. Like it's just fine, man. You're not doing any wrong.
That's right. That's right. So if you have thoughts and feedback on this topic for us for the show, you can send that to questions@taurenthinktank.com. You can jump into Discord and start the conversation about it and say, hey, guys, I was listening to the show, and this is what I think about your latest topic. You can go do that at tinyurl.com/TTTchat2. And if you want to fire up the conversation on Twitter, it's @Tauren Think Tank. That's us, too. You can do it all the ways. We're here. I won't be around a ton this week, but we're here.
Yeah. May is a busy month. I tell you.
It is a busy month. It's a busy month. All right. So that is our topic of the night. And that, Marconin, is a show.
Well, I never.
Unless you have any slash moves. I forgot to ask that.
Let me think. Slash move to our good friend Michelle, a.k.a. Aurora304, for getting me that BlizzCon ticket. She's awesome, and I cannot wait to see her again in November.
And I should give a big slash move to the Buttress, who is in our chat room right now, and he is being the Buttress.
He's the Buttress.
He's making fun of me in the chat. But he is the person who got me my BlizzCon ticket. Thank you so much, my friend. A slash moo to you. And slash moo to our entire community in Discord that came this last night to help each other out, buy extra tickets, make sure that everybody who came left with a ticket. So
yeah, that was awesome.
That was incredible.
Jayonce in the chat said slash moo to Marconin, who I think of every time they mention French President Macron on the news.
That's awesome. That is totally awesome. So,
yay!
Now that's a show.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
I forgot to mention this earlier on the show, but if you guys are fans of Dr. Holiday Bean, who was on our show most recently, we actually tapped her for an episode of Slaying Demons, which recorded on Tuesday and should be out very soon on the feeds. Jocelyn and Nevermore, we really needed an expert topic to talk about suicide. And so we got Dr. Bean in again. It was a great show. I hope you take a listen. Just look for Slaying Demons on iTunes or go to jossplays.com and look for the latest episode on Jocelyn's website.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to hearing that one.
It was a good one. It was very good. It was hard, but it was good. So I will be heading tomorrow to Heroes of the Dorm. If you happen to be going, please make sure you stop by and say hello to me. I will be very excited to meet any Triple T listeners who are coming. I don't know of anybody who said they were, but I'm always surprised by who shows up. So I'm super excited by that. And it's going to be a busy week. What else? Femferocity.com, F-E-M-M-E, ferocity.com. Go check out my newest project.
Do it.
Keeping me busy. And what else is going on with you? Anything?
Not really anything for the next week. Just more work and WoW. So
yes,
and Overwatch, because I'm still digging that game. Some people play it.
Some people like that game.
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome. Oh right, it's Mother's Day this weekend.
Yes, Mother's Day.
Happy
I'm gonna
Mother's
be
Day.
Yes, to all the mothers out there. And I'm going to be going back to my hometown to see my mom and my granny. And, yeah, be good to see them, have dinner, do all that stuff.
Yes.
So,
And
be doing that.
In honor of all the moms out there,
Call your mother.
call your mother.
Do it. Call her today. Don't wait till Sunday. She wants to know how you are, even on a Thursday. Mine's usually listening. I don't know if she's here. She here today? Yep, she's here. Happy early Mother's Day, Mom. I'll see you on Sunday.
Yes.
And I love
Dad,
you.
If you're still here, give Mom a kiss and tell her Happy Mother's Day. She already got her present because I gave it to her when I was out visiting 2 weeks ago.
There you go.
She picked it out herself. She just went through all my stuff and said, I like this one. And I said, you can keep that one then.
There you go.
Yeah, it was easy. It was perfect. It was my chainmail stuff I brought with me. So awesome. Well, with that, we're going to bring this show to a close like we always do, just like this. Tauren Think Tank is a proud member of the Signals Media Convert to Raid podcast network. I just went on autopilot. Find out more about the other great shows to the network by going to converttoraid.com.
And portions of the music and sound effects heard on this show can be found at incompetech.com and freesound.org. You can find us outside of the show on our website. That's taurenThinkTank.com, which has all of our podcasts and information on how to get in touch with us, too. And, you know, the weather's getting a little warmer here in the northern hemisphere, and we've got some awesome Triple T t-shirts, which mine's worn out. I've used it so much and worn it so much, so I need to order a new one. So I'll be buying one. Woo. And if you want to follow me all the way to our merch store to get stuff, all you got to do is go to taurenThinkTank.com/store. There's a lot of other cool stuff in there, too. Check it out.
Yes. Thank you to all who support our show via Patreon. If you would like to help out Triple T, you can do so at patreon.com/TaurenThinkTank. And if you want to hang out and meet other members of the Triple T community, please join our Discord server. The quick way to get there is tinyurl.com/TTTchat2.
Yep. And you can also like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Tauren Think Tank. You can also find us on Twitter for the show at Tauren Think Tank. You can find Jules at Jules RPG, and you can find me, Marconin, at Marconin Wow.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you to our chat room for being with us tonight. Hang out every Thursday night at 8 o'clock Central. You can find us on the video stream at twitch.tv/Tauren Think Tank. We love seeing you here with us, however you can make it. Marconin.
Yes. Jules.
Have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you next Thursday.
Yes, ma'am. You have a wonderful week and an awesome time.
Thank you. I'm excited. And Triple T, we'll see you on Thursday with another question from our listener audience. We look forward to that as well. For myself, for Marconin, for the entire chat room, until next time. /moo, everybody.
/moo.
Tauren Think Tank. We make your problems less bad.
This podcast is a part of the Signals Media All-Star Network. For more information on this and other fine shows, go to signalsmedia.com. It's okay to stick our stuff in your ears. Really?
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 I saw the questions in the chat room for the ad thing. The ad that I ran is that was it's a limited time thing. We had a little sponsorship commitment that we needed to take care of. And normally I wouldn't do it during the live show, but it saves me time and cutting and editing because I have to be up tomorrow. Just run it during the recording and just cut the whole thing and so and post it. So that's why I did it this way.
Yeah.
Normally I would not play it during the live show, but it worked out better for me this time because it saves me some time. So, and since I had time to do it today and I got it all recorded and stuff. So anyway, that's what that was. And we've fulfilled our commitment and then it's done.
Yep. But you can check them out if you want to.
Yeah. Studio.com, SUDIO.com. Go check them out. Get 15% off. Yay. Yes.
All right, let's see what we got here. Pants Destroyer is pretty funny.
Yep. I definitely destroyed those pants. There's a hole in my pants.
Ride that line. Buttress is a butt.
Poor Buttress. I think I like Ride That Line or Hole in My Pants. Either one.
Let's see. Between those two, I might go Ride That Line.
All right. You can have it.
All right.
Thanks, Draven. You're the bestest. You're the bestest. You save us from having to come up with show titles.
Yep.
It's really helpful.
He's got the best job in here.
He does.
He just listens and writes down funny stuff. Then we got it.
I want to know what the next Tide meme is gonna be. Yes, SR is how it works. We the chat room always keeps track. Usually it's Draven who keeps track of our possible show titles that we say because we're too busy to keep track of them as we're talking. And then it's a magical communal process.
Yep. It just comes through the ether, usually from Draven, and then we stick it on the show.
Yeah. It started years ago where the chat room would just keep track of what we would say and say that's a show title, and then it became a compilation thing at the end, which is so perfect. So I love how our little memes have been born. He only tells us every 13 shows. He's right.
Yeah.
when he Saluge and Zimocram or whatever.
Yep. Saluge and
Nimocram. Yeah.
That was still funny.
It was Jules and Marconin spelled backwards. Good night, Dad. Love you.
Yep.
Sleep well. Sleep well. I should close my windows now. It's getting chilly in here. I'm like, I can feel it getting colder.
I get to turn the fan on. It's warm in here.
Warmer. I know. We totally just went like, who is well, Draven, come on. We live in gamer world where people come up with the most wacko names in naming their character. Like, it's not so strange that anyone would name their character Saluge or Nimocram.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, they would.
Well, and the funny thing is that I made an alt one time named Nino Cram, like years ago, and then just ended up deleting it. Yeah. So I knew the name already, but I completely forgot about it.
It
just woo.
Hi, this is my head. It went straight over it.
Yep. Not even close. It was like up in the ceiling, like just wee.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Didn't notice it.
Thunderstorms. Thunderstorms are awesome. I love them.
Mm-hmm. We at night for the last while we've got one of those Echo shows in our room, and when we would go to sleep, we'd have Alexa do like, I think it's like rain, or it's like rain on a tin roof. It's like a thunderstorm rolling through with like rain, and it's very calming. But now that it's getting hot, we have our window air conditioner going. And for me, that puts me like right out because it's like white noise. It's like your noise machine.
Yeah, I love.
I just kind of like I don't even need it. Just out like a light. Just like okay.
I got an Echo Dot. I just got it this week, and so I've been learning how to use it, and it's too funny. Like some of the things that I've done. Draven told me to ask it to beatbox. And so I did that.
I've never done that. I need to do that.
Let's see if I don't know if you can pick it up here. Alexa, beatbox for me. Can you hear it?
It's very low, but yeah, I can hear it. That's funny.
Tells her to make fart sound. Yeah, I put it in here so it could lend to some fun podcasting moments if I ever say the name and then do it.
Oh yeah. I'm not sure which one's better, Aries. It kind of depends. I haven't had much experience with the Google Home. I've set some up for work.
Yeah.
But I've never really messed with them too much.
So,
I'll-
Battle
I'll-
Panda has said that Amazon is not very big in Australia right now. So, but Google
okay.
is. That's what he told me. So when I was telling him I got an Echo, he was talking about having a Google Home. He's like, yeah, Amazon is not even really big here yet. So I think that's your answer for Aussies.
Yeah. may have easier time finding it and more capability down there with Google.
Yeah, Amazon's actually making its way into Australia now, but right now it's all Google stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you guys do it, because we just, I mean, I'm so used to getting things in 2 days now that it's like I can't live without it.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime, man. It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
it's the,
yeah.
it's the good stuff.
Yes. All right, folks. We're going to get out of here so I can post up the show and finish my packing. So, woohoo! Leaving tomorrow morning. So we'll see you guys next week. Watch my Twitter for cool stuff hopefully happening. And, yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
/moo, everybody.
Last week, guys, have a wonderful week. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.